Hello and welcome back. In Module 7, we're going to take a look at issue management in OJS 3.3. Most journals divide their content up into issues, and most issues are a combination of volumes and numbers. Typically, a journal assigns a new volume each year and new numbers within that volume. Biannual journals would publish 2 issues per volume. Triannuals have 3, quarterlies 4, etc. Here's an example from Locke Studies, which is an annual. Here's an example from Nordic Studies in Education, which is a quarterly. And here's an example from the Canadian Journal of Higher Education that does advanced publication. They will publish articles as soon as they're ready under advanced publication, and then once they have enough articles to form a new number, they will add that as they have here with volume 15, number 4. It's really up to you to choose how you organize your volumes and numbers. Okay, so to manage our issues, I'm going to go to the dashboard. And you'll see over on the left-hand side a link to issues. There's 2 tabs, future issues, and we have none, and back issues. And again, we have none because we've got a brand new journal. But as you move forward in your progress, you'll see your published issues listed here, and any future issues you want to create that are ready for articles to be added to them can be created here. Here's an example of what it looks like for a journal that has been publishing. Okay, so we want to start with future issues, and we will create an issue. And we've got some options for identification. Let's say just volume 1, number 1, 2021. Now, if your journal doesn't use volumes or doesn't use numbers or want to use years, you can leave those blank. Those aren't required fields. In some cases, you might want to give your issue a title. Maybe you do this for every number that you publish, or maybe it's for a special issue. If you choose not to display anything here, you can uncheck them. So if you don't use volumes, uncheck it and leave this blank. If you don't use numbers, uncheck it and leave it blank, etc. If you wanted to give a description for your issue, you can do that here. Again, that could be the example of a special issue could be here, where the issue is, specifically about a certain topic. You can also add a cover image. Let's try and upload one here. And that's been put into place. And we've got an option for an alternative URL path. By default, you'll see in the domain something like view 1. Here's an example here. If you added an optional path, like special issue, one, that would appear in the URL. Here's what it would look like here. I'm not going to bother with that, though. I'm just going to keep it simple and save. And now you can see we have a future issue. In the next course, we'll look at how you can move submissions through the review process, copy editing process, production process, and assign them to an issue. But for this course, we'll keep it simple. One of the things that you're going to see a lot of in OJS is this little blue triangle. And don't overlook that, because when you click it, it will give you additional options. So we could edit. And at this point, the table of contents shows up for that issue. And of course, there's nothing because we haven't added any articles yet. Issue data, well, that's what we just created. So if you ever wanted to make a change, you could do that. And now I've also got alternative text for the cover image, and it's important to add something there, even if it is just cover image for volume 1, number 1, 2021. And this is going to be useful for people who are using screen readers and other assistive devices who can't see the image, but would be able to see the alt or have the alt text read to them, so they would know what was there. And let's just save that. Oh, let me just go back to edit. And then we also have an option for issue galleys. And that's if you created a galley file. Again, we'll talk more about galley files in the next course. But if you created a PDF for the entire issue and you wanted to link to that from the table of contents, this is where you will upload it. We'll talk more about that in the next course. Let's shut that down. Preview would let us take a look. We can see the cover image. And of course, there's no content, so there's nothing to view just yet. Let's go back. When we're ready to publish the issue, when it does have some content in it, we can hit that button and it would be visible on the public website. That link will change once the issue is published to an unpublish option, and you can reverse back if you ever did mistakenly publish and realized you needed to make some changes. It's not permanent. And if you wanted to delete that issue before working with it, there's a delete button. Once you do hit publish issue, it would then move from future issues and become a back issue. So that's pretty much all there is to issue management. It's quite straightforward. I hope you found that helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.